All right, we are live. I am so happy. You know, I'm always happy to be here. I'm always happy, period. Sometimes I think something's wrong with me, but because I'm always happy. But that's a good thing that I'm always happy. Can you hear me?
Yep.
You can hear me. I can hear you. So, mic check, mic check. Your check is good. My check is good. And we have another guest coming on soon. And we're just going to have a wonderful, wonderful time. So, all of you out there, thank you so much. YouTube, thank you so much. Facebook, for continuously supporting me when we go live and continuously supporting the guests that we spotlight and whatever we do here on Bravo with Sheila. You guys know what this platform is about. It's a channel that was built for women, although we invite all the brothers in as well. And this channel is to help build you up, to move you, shake you, and move you from pain to power and from power to victory. Because we travel through so much of a road. I tell you, the women, we travel hard, man. We walk heavy sometimes, and sometimes we walk it out in shoe leather all by ourselves, right? But you got to get
That's
from
right.
point A to point B. Can't get stuck in the middle of the road because you will not make it to your destination. And we are about reaching our destination, whatever that destination may be. We all have a destination. How are you doing tonight? Well, it's really early evening here on the East Coast. So, those of you who are all over the world that watch it, those of you, my friends that are in Curacao and Amsterdam and Barbados, all of you wonderful people, Africa, listen, God bless you today. We're just having a light day today. How you doing, Deborah?
I'm
Mama
good. I'm
D?
good. I'm good.
You're
I'm
doing
good.
good.
I'm blessed. Thank God.
Awesome, awesome. Deborah, Mama D is blessed and we're good. We're here another day. We woke up.
You're
So,
doing good. I'm
oh,
blessed.
so I
Thank
have the
God.
volume on, and that's
Lizzie
not a good
is
thing.
blessed.
There we go. That feedback will start right away if I don't turn the volume down. So, yeah, today is Sunday. Today is Sunday. It's a light day here on Bravo with Sheila. It's a light moment to just chat about the beauty of words, right?
That's right.
As a singer, a writer, an artist, I'll say, uh, I love words. I love the beauty of words. I love how we can find a word for every emotion. We can find a word to always encourage. We can find a word to really encourage ourselves, right? Sometimes
That's right.
people take to the pen and paper because of what they're going through. It's like journaling, writing down and keeping up with yourself. And so today I'm really happy about the flow of poetry. I know this is a light moment. People, what are they talking about? Just come on in the room and get some of this love. That's what I want everyone to do, is to get some of this love that we're going to give out today. It's a wonderful day. And let me see if I can bring, she's not here yet. I want to put up our banner. I hope I put the right banner up. Yep.
Sunday flow. Yep.
Sunday flow of poetry. Yep, that's what we're doing today. And we have some wonderful authors of poetry, including my sister, who is no longer with us. And we have her book here. Put it right there. And my sister, who is no longer with us, and we'll chat about that a little
She
later.
is with us in spirit,
Yeah, well, we mean physically.
but not physically
Can't
with
pull her on the
us.
camera. Yes, she is with us in spirit, and she's going to be more with us in spirit as I get the opportunity to write from a book she wrote a couple of years, I think, before she went home to be with the Lord, called Conversations from My Heart. And so I felt that it was a good thing to spotlight some poets. And really, we could have had more. We didn't want to bring everybody on at the same time. We'll do that next week. We'll have some other guests. I think we're going to be talking to Unveiled Unlocked. Has have to just lock the time in and the date and everything. But today, I want to say happy Sunday to all of you out there, and we're just gonna chat for a while about poetry, about how Deborah. I don't know if you want me to call you Deborah, Mama D. I try
Mama
to
D
say,
is fine.
I'm.
I know that's hard for you.
It's hard for me, yeah,
So
to
say Deb like you've been
I'll try
doing.
to remember. I'll know I'm going to try to do good and call you Mama D. I'm going to try my best. And yeah, I wanted to do this particular chat and conversation because of words, right? Because words are powerful. And words can deliver you from a heartbreak. Words can deliver you from depression. Words can deliver you from so many things. The beauty of the language, the beauty of words. And a lot of times we hear so many words that are negative, we don't understand the power of words, right? And so today I really wanted to have a light moment on this Saturday evening, Sunday evening, and just talk a little bit about poetry and hear some of your beautiful work. And our sister Mary, that'll be on soon, and her beautiful work. And then I'll read a little bit from my sister's Conversations from the Heart. And sis, we got you. We got you, sis. We got you. You're still moving and grooving down here. And so I'll put up this little poster that I made, tribute to my sister, Linda Ingram, her poetry, Conversations from My Heart, written by Linda Ingram. So off and on throughout the program, I will throw her up and bring her back down. I'll read a piece of hers from her book, and then we'll just flow a little bit. We won't be on here long because it is Sunday, and it's a time to just continue to rest or whatever. Those of you who just came in, those of you who are standing behind the curtain and peeping in, would you guys please just reach your hand out and just hit that thumbs up? Whatever you do, just hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That would be a wonderful thing for you to subscribe, and a wonderful thing as you come in, hit the thumbs up for me. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about poetry. Let's talk a little bit about how you started writing poetry. But you know what we got to do before we jump into it, don't you know? You know what we have to do.
We got to go to the intro.
There you go. Which one shall I play today? You want to play Bravo? Let's play Bravo.
Uh-oh.
Oh. I tell you, StreamYard is going bananas today. StreamYard is giving me fever today. I don't know if it's the internet. I don't know if it's them, but I know some other folks had a couple of problems. But listen, we have to work with what we have to work with. We have some Mary is here. She says, I'm home, but I don't know if I'm up to, let me see what she's saying, because I don't have my glasses on. Let me see. I don't know if I'm in the right. She's here, but she don't know she's in the right place. Where are you, Mary? Where are you? Did you hit the link, Mary? Because I don't see you. Mary, go out and come back in again.
And go to the bottom and press.
Drop out and then just come back in, and I'll see you and bring you on the screen. Okay? All righty. So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about poetry. Let's talk about, as a performer, a singer, a writer. I got a little acting in me. I've done some acting, just being a person of the arts. Words are powerful. Words are beautiful. I'm a hopeless romantic, so I love hearing words, right? Words.
Right.
And let's talk about you. I've known you for a long, long time. And is that Mary?
Yes.
What is she saying?
Yeah, Mary.
Hi, the link that I was sent.
Tell her just stop. I'll send her another link.
She's going to send you another link.
Hang up. I'm on live. Just hang up and I'll send you
my email address so I can get it on the computer, not on my phone.
She said, could you send it to her email so she could get it on?
That's all I've been doing is sending it to her
the email. Check your email,
Just
Mary.
hang up. We're live, Deb. I can't stop like that. Let me just go to the invite and send her is it Gmail? You have Gmail. She has another one. Oh God. Why don't you send her yours?
Okay, let me see if I could forward it to her.
Why don't you send it to her for me?
Okay, give me a minute.
So I'm trying to see what her email. Let me see if I can. I have her here. I have it. I'm gonna send it. Let's see if she gets it. I just sent it. Don't send
Okay,
another one because she'll be confused.
okay,
All right, let's get back. Let's get back.
okay.
So
So,
let's talk about. I was saying that I've known you for a very long time, and through the years of us, growing up together and everything, I've known you to be a dancer. Mainly, your first gift, I should say, was dancing, and also anything artistic
yeah.
you were involved with. And so, when was it that you transitioned into writing poetry?
So, growing up, reading and writing was always a problem for me.
Okay.
So, it was dyslexia. And so, I never liked reading, I never liked writing. But when I got diagnosed with lupus and I withdrew from everything that gave birth to me, I started writing. Now, I didn't know I was writing poetry.
Okay.
Who discovered that I was writing poetry was Patrice Clayton.
Okay.
So she had came to the house one day and I had my composition book on the table and she just, picked it up and started reading it. I wasn't paying her no mind. We were talking and everything. And she was like, "Mom, this is poetry." I said, "Girl, what are you talking about?" She said, "What you got here is poetry. This is beautiful." I said, "Give me my damn book." This is not poetry. This is hurt, discomfort, anxiety, stress. That's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
So she was the one who really got me started when she opened up the Harlem Tea Room. She asked me to host poetry. I said,
Okay.
I don't know anything about hosting poetry. She said, "Talk to some people and I'm going to put a list out and ask people to sign up. And all you have to do is introduce them." And that's how I got.
Wow. And you fell in love with it totally.
Yep. The poets that came through there were off the chain.
That's
They
awesome.
weren't just poets, they were spoken word artists. So
Yeah.
they had been doing this for years. They taught me how to do a few things. So,
Okay. What is the first piece that you wrote?
well, the first piece is a piece that I wrote called Loving Me. But I have another piece here that I like to share, which is Redemption. And
Okay. You want to read that now?
sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. The step ladder to redemption is salvation for me as I escaped to a place where my writing set me free. I was lost in the wilderness, right in my home, where a place I felt all alone. Diagnosed with an illness, unwell and in pain, withdrew from my family, I had to abstain. Let my pen bleed words of anguish and grief, inscribing poetry beyond my belief.
Mm.
Didn't like my appearance of being hair free. Felt masculine, manly, didn't look feminine to me. Wouldn't look in the mirror because it made me cry. Saddened, discouraged, and I wanted to die. I battled depression for so many years. It took courage and bravery as I cried rivers of tears. Only God's grace and mercy sent down with his love, repairing my spirit, character, and everything I'm worthy of. Redemption? Redemption has so many meanings to set us free. It's liberating, releasing, taking recovery up a degree. It's restoring, renewing. It's a cure to heal mind, body, and spirit, renovating our life wheel. Redemption.
Wow. That's beautiful. We're still having a problem with getting married, and I don't know what's going on. I've sent her the, oh, there she is. I see you. Okay. So let's bring up Mary Hall. And here she is. Good afternoon, Mary. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm doing well.
Good, good. It's good to have
Forgive
you
my
back.
tardiness.
Good, no problem. It's good to have you back. We are so happy
Yeah.
that we're all back together and everything.
Yes,
We're so
ma'am.
happy to to be back, and it's
Yeah.
a light show today. It's we've been talking about some very heavy topics here on Bravo.
Yeah.
Oh, heavy stuff, right? Heavy.
Yes, ma'am.
And we were talking about the beginning of when you started writing poetry, and we were talking about the power of words. And I just want to jump into a piece from you, and then we'll talk about who and how this piece came about. Let's jump into one of your, not unless you need a woosah moment, because I know you.
I'm actually.
You might need a woosah moment.
Yeah, I'm going to follow up this piece because I was listening on the other side of how Mama D started, and this is how I got started.
Okay.
And I still don't have a name for this piece, believe it or not.
Okay.
Some time ago, my sister encouraged me to go with her to the Harlem Tea Room. She said they have poetry there, and Harlem is on a real boom. I was not interested. Didn't want to be bothered with poetry, and most of all, Harlem. Well,
Harlem. You got too much Texas in you, girl. You better come on back to these Harlem streets. You know what's a Harlemite? Always a Harlemite. She did not get the Texas slang. Did you hear that draw right there? Wait a minute. We got to get you to come visit so we can get you back up. I'm sorry. I meant to stop you. Start all over. Start all over.
You need me to start all over, right?
Start all over.
Okay.
Hi, niece. Doing. Mwah, mwah.
Some time ago, my sister encouraged me to go with her to the Harlem Tea Room. She said they have poetry there, and Harlem is on a real boom. I was not interested. Didn't want to be bothered with poetry, and most of all, Harlem. Well, as my older sister, she must know something. It wasn't all of hell and bedlam. We ventured out to this little place, which, by the way, we got there was packed. As we looked and surveyed who were there, we found a seat way in the back. Minding our business and looking at the menus, this slim woman walks up and introduces herself as Mama D. My being born in Harlem is nothing. I am still a New Yorker, and I am thinking to myself, why doesn't she just let us be? After a while, the various artists started doing their thing, spitting and speaking. As I'm sitting there soaking up the vibes from what I am hearing, I was reconnected with a part of my persona which I never knew existed. It was not merely the words that were spoken, but the power in which they were presented. We had Brother Earl and our messenger, along with a few others before. I sat there not believing my ears and couldn't wait for more. I was a pioneer being indoctrinated into the world of the spoken speech. As the teenagers of Deep took the mic, I once again was floored. That time at the Harlem Tea Room began my walk with a new love. This new love of not just the world of words, but a new family unit was born. I grew to love Mama D, Brother Earl, our messenger, and Holmes McHenry, just to name a few. Let's not forget D Black Rendezvous and Nana Jackie. Now we are at a new venue, spitting. And if I could have had a baby brother, I would want his name to be J2. You see, he may not have been part of my indoctrination into this world, but that does not exclude him from this crew. Because of one fateful Tuesday night, I have been given something golden, a chance of a whole new family based on mutual respect and love of the spoken.
Yeah.
You put tears in my eyes.
Yes. See how powerful connection is, right?
Oh my God.
Connection, divine connection. Your steps are ordered.
Yeah.
You know, nothing is by accident. And it was by, I don't know how we would say how Mama D went into the tea room. I think part of it was because Patrice had asked her, because we've known her since before when she was in the womb. And for her to open up that tea room, you know, maybe I should open a tea room. I'm sitting here saying, maybe I should open a tea room, because all I do it all day, every type of tea you could imagine.
Mm-hmm.
That's another story.
Yeah.
But the fact that, you know, it was Mama D that approached you, right? Because one thing about Deb, she's always had a boldness about her, right? She has always had
That's
a
true.
boldness about her. She'll approach somebody. She'll
Yes,
walk over
ma'am.
and say, "You want me to watch your kid?"
Okay.
She's just, you know, been like that since we were young girls, right? And
Yeah.
so that piece was powerful because within it you compacted the experience of that night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read now something from my sisters. As you see, we're tributing my sister as well tonight, this evening. She is with us in spirit, although she is not with us in the physical. So this is my sister Linda, and this is from her book, Conversations from My Heart. And I picked out a piece that says, "One simple thing. Are you happy?" It's a question. And it's a short, nice one. She says, "Do you fake a smile? Secret places in your soul? Hiding your heart's hurtful stains? Trying to cover up your pain? Do you fake a smile? I did for so many years, hiding behind my tears. Tears from my heart no one could see. Only my Father above, him and me. Do you fake a smile? Do you help people just to cover up? Going through the motions to get things done? Trying to stay stable but feeling let down? Open your heart and let God in. Get rid of those stains you hold within. Allow God to come and renew you again." Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I had to bring her in on this platform. She's not here physically, you know, she's been gone only a minute. I say a minute because maybe 2 years. And we're coming up on her 2-year anniversary of my sister, like myself, worked with the homeless, loved the homeless. And when she came from North Carolina, she started going to 125th Street in Harlem and feeding the homeless. Her birthday is February 21st, so she would give out 21 sandwiches. And she didn't have any budget. She didn't have anyone giving. She would make the sandwiches or have someone sew. And so that was something she loved to do. And she moved around feeding the homeless on the 21st of every month. Once she passed away, my niece took up the mantle and continued my sister's dream. And it's called Shine a Light 21. And so this Saturday coming up, Mother's Day weekend, will be our second. I tried to put the flyer up, but it wasn't adaptable to this program. This Saturday, we're doing the basketball tournament in honor of my sister, and we sold into the nonprofit and gave 3 scholarships to 3 kids who have done well. Last year, we gave 1 or 2 scholarships. We bumped it up because more people are aware of it now. More people are giving. We have our T-shirts. So we're celebrating her light.
Way to go.
Saturday, Shine a Light 21. And so I thought it would be nice to read from her book, Conversations from My Heart, that she wrote maybe a year or 2 before she went home to be with the Lord. You know, so Linda, we got you. So let's keep let's keep chatting a little bit. Let's talk about, I want to hear a piece that you wrote when you were really down and out, like really feeling alone or feeling like the world wasn't on your side. I want you to look through your beautiful work, and I want you to pick something that where you can measure today where you were then and tell me where you are.
Wow.
Are you from that space and a better space? Are you still segueing through that space that you're going to read? Have you conquered? Do you have victory in those those words and the emotions? Because I can be very mushy. I'm a very emotional kind of girl. God has wired me like that. I had nothing to do with it. He just wired me with this emotion and compassion, and I told you, like, being a hopeless romantic. I love words. I love beauty to my ear, whether it's through music, violin, acting, whatever. So I know for myself, I've written, I don't know over how many songs. um,
Songs.
I have a project, a couple. I took all the projects and pulled most of the songs off and did two different CDs, not CDs, downloads that's on Apple and all digital outlets, called Sheila Ingram, The Best of Sheila Ingram Volume 1 and The Best of Sheila Ingram Volume 2. And most of those songs I wrote straight out of prayer. Most of those songs, I was walking down the block and I heard a
Mhm.
line, right? And I would grab the phone and just said, da, 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 so it wouldn't leave me, because the enemy likes to snatch what God gives you. And so I
Yes.
know for me, through music, and you hear some of the songs that I've written, you could ask me the same question I'm asking you, like, where were you when you wrote that? Even though you came out of what
Mm,
was going on in your life.
that's
And that's
right.
real pivotal in terms of writers and poets. Tell me a piece that, and we get emotional in here, because you know how we are. We keep it real,
We
right?
keep it
We keep
real.
it 100, like they say, keep it a buck, right? And
That's
so I
right.
want you to just talk about something that was happening with you and you went to pen and paper. Either one of you can go first.
Mary, you want to go?
Oh, sure.
I mean,
I'll go. I got it.
because I know you got it. That's why I
Okay.
said go first.
Hello, Facebook.
Um, Dag, I don't even know which one I want to do first.
That's
Okay,
okay.
this one is entitled "I Want a Heart That Forgives."
Tell me what happened prior to that.
Um, I was faced with the death of my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to actually look at where I was in relation to my mom. My mom was an alcoholic
Mm-hmm.
from the day I was conceived. I'm entitled to believe, because I've seen a picture of her in Christmas of '69, where she's clearly pregnant with me. I was born in January of '70, but she
Mm-hmm.
has a glass of alcohol in her hand.
Okay.
You know, but my mom had passed, and God had told me prior to her passing that she was going to be an evangelist, and I was angry at him because 5 years prior to her passing, she had gotten sober. We had gotten closer. We were working on this mother daughter relationship, and I was still angry. I was angry, you know, and I'm like, okay, I need to address what is it I'm angry at. Am I
Okay.
angry at the relationship that we're just now getting? I'm angry that he's taken her now after all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to really look into myself and actually search my heart for forgiveness of my mom, the way I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that 5 years prior, now you're getting sober.
Mm.
And then I had to forgive myself,
Got it. Wow, that's
you
powerful.
know. So it was just a whole lot of stuff
Yeah.
that I had to work through. Um, like I said, it's entitled "I Want a Heart That Forgives."
Okay.
I want a heart that forgives. The mentality that children should be seen and not heard. The idea that seeing and hearing are mutually exclusive. The connotation that you can see and not hear is absurd. If you don't hear, then you can't see, and that is offensive. I want a heart that forgives. What goes on in this house stays in this house, the mere mention of which is enough to bring out the switch. That which we fear to verbalize is the very thing we should shout. I
Mm.
want a heart that forgives the exclusivity of the first, second, and third generation of abuse, where mommy didn't know and daddy wasn't there. The reality of the perpetual cycle that peddles today, misuse of the trust so freely given by those without a care. I want a heart that forgives those that were bold and those that were told and always turned a blind eye. He would
Mm.
never do that. And it didn't
Wow.
happen, they replied. Stuck their heads in the sand about the truth of the man, yet they urged their children to walk faster because he was the pastor. I want a heart that forgives. Pastor, Pastor, I must tell you what daddy made me do. Hush now, child. Don't you know your daddy loves you? But, Pastor, you don't understand what mommy lacked. Only to have Pastor turn his back. I want a heart that forgives that stick up kid who is afraid to go home without money, or the young girl whose father made her sell the honey. Not for food, lights, or gas. They had welfare and food stamps to provide that, but because there was a much greater need: liquor, coke, and crack.
Mm.
I want a heart that forgives what I don't understand, one that will look without judging my fellow man, one that will see through the tears of their heart, a heart that is only beating because abortion wasn't a part. I want a heart that forgives the ugly lies man has tried to portray as the pretty truth, a heart that turns all men back to you. I want a heart that forgives.
Listen. Listen.
What?
You you always mess me up. Like, you always
Sorry.
look, I had to bring something for you because you always mess me up.
That's
Mary.
crazy.
See words?
See?
Facebook, thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up. Yes, yes,
Yes.
we feel the same way, Facebook. Mary.
Yeah. But the forgiveness of God, He wrote the answer to that for me. He gave me the answer to that heart. And if you will allow me,
Go ahead.
the answer,
Yes,
the heart that lives.
yes.
You desire a heart that forgive. You must sit and stay a while so I can teach your heart how to live. For a heart to live, there must be transparency. There can be no secrecy. Secrecy breeds immorality. Watch the behavior of the children, and you will discover the flavor of the depravity. For a heart to live, the exclusivity of the abuse within the family must end. Even now, the use of the generations of curses must be broken. This is my word, not just a token. For a heart to live, those that are told must take heed to the heart cry of those that are in dire need of an ear to hear and an eye to see, so that the most innocent can grow to be free of the shadow of hypocrisy of Christianity. For a
Wow.
heart to live, those in positions of authority must take back their right and responsibility, not those given to them by man, but those bestowed upon them by me and spoken out against what they hear, smell, and see. Stop the lunacy in its tracks and restore the families back. For a heart to live, stop looking at the surface of those who are coming behind. I have called you to speak the word and not hide. The word of truth must reside within. Is what this generation will need to live victorious and not sin. For a heart to live, you must comprehend the totality of my son. When he asked me to forgive, he pronounced it all said and done. He was not just speaking about his death and resurrection, but he was speaking about his ultimate purpose for humanity's reconciliation. For a heart to live, reconcile yourself back to me. Jesus did the same when he died upon that tree. He left my side knowing how he had to live, all so you can develop a heart that forgives.
Listen, listen. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And
power.
that's from somebody that never wanted to write poetry, right? Really?
Right?
Well, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. The gifts that God gives us and the gifts that the enemy tries to kill and never let you find, not just kill them. How
Yeah.
many gifts have not even been discovered
Discovered.
because
That's
of
right.
the batters and the beating and the
Yeah.
circumstances of life that takes your mind and your energy and your soul and tells you you're not worthy of it, that
Yeah.
it's just not meant for you, it's meant for her over there.
No. No.
How many, how much is in the graveyard that never
Mm-hmm.
had legs put to it?
Mm-hmm.
How many dreams? And here you are, didn't, I mean, the poet in you.
Yeah.
No, really, it's amazing.
You
Wow.
have to be connected. You have to know. And when it comes into your atmosphere of influence, you have to be open to it and say, let me look. Let
At
me
the
see.
same time, you have it's a point where in your life you're ready for change. There
Yeah.
has to there has to be something inside of you that you've been seeking before you find that Mama D. Has
Mm-hmm.
she found you or approached you in a place where you had did no work on yourself, did not desire to hear anything positive, did not want to be shown love, that whole
Yeah,
ship would have left without you.
that's
So
right.
God's timing is everything.
Yeah.
God's timing. And so when we pay attention, right, we pay
Yeah,
attention to what's coming at us. And we don't know when, but we've been
When?
praying for
That's
it,
right.
right?
that's
We
right.
pray and pray, pray and pray. And then here comes a person you don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is
Mm-hmm.
another thing that people do. They look at a person's image, they look at a
Mm-hmm.
person's makeup. And because if they're judgmental and if they have all these other things within their own character, they miss the ship too.
That's right.
But when you're open, like you said, and when you walk in love and have love shed abroad in your heart, right?
Yeah.
That's
Then
right.
God's love allowed you to take a chance and leap, right? Because now you said the connection, but you got to have a certain point of, I don't even want to say healing, but awareness, self
Mm-hmm.
awareness that, wait a minute, I'm in this crowded place, yeah, I'm in this place, and you understand, and to hear this lady, and not
That's
even yet
right.
knowing her story,
Mm-mm.
she got set
Mm-mm.
up. You got set up. So you got set up by the setup.
I
As
sure
I say
did.
that, go ahead, Mama D. And I want you to now, you probably done switched up your poem now.
Oh
Because
yeah.
listen,
Yeah.
she done woke up some stuff. She done woke
Sorry.
up.
Well, first of all, I was looking for a piece called Flowers, which is about abuse. And I can't find it. So
But I
I'm
want you
going
to write I want you to write from your experience. I don't want you to piggyback off of what
oh
she
no, no,
read.
no. This is about abuse.
I want this about, what you were going through at the time you wrote a particular piece. I don't
Okay.
care if you even changed the whole topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the piece that I have here is called Suicide, No, Not That. And
Mm.
this piece was written when I first got diagnosed and was just going through all the pain and suffering and everything when they couldn't find out what was wrong with me. Okay. Because every test that they did on me came back negative.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it wasn't until the doctor did a scalp biopsy and found out that lupus and alopecia was attacking my hair follicles, but the lupus wasn't showing up in my blood, and
Okay.
they couldn't figure out what to do
What?
with me and how to treat me. So I was so depressed that
Suffering.
yeah, I wanted to die. So this is called Suicide, No, Not That.
Okay. Make sure you stay in the frame of your
Oh,
your,
wait,
your
Other
this
way.
way.
Right.
Okay.
right there. Right there.
I never thought about killing myself. I really didn't want to die, but with a heavy heart and eyes filled with tears made me feel like committing suicide. Awakened in the wee hours of the night, pain running up and down my legs, so severe and so intense, I didn't know what to say. My mind and spirit was already sabotaged, a disaster brought on by stress.
Mm.
This had to be something evil and dark, some kind of wicked or immoral test. I have a home, a husband, and children, foster kids, a grandson, and a granddaughter, too. I should not feel discouraged, downplayed, and depressed. I got better things with my life to do. I have a lot to live for, essential things going on in my life. But with pressure, strain, and anxiety, trouble, conflict, and strife, made me aware I could take my own life.
Mm.
Never thought about killing myself. Sickness would probably do that.
Mm.
Execution, murder, and destruction. But suicide,
Mm.
no, not that.
Mm. 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 What a time.
Yeah,
What a time.
it
Wow.
was hard. It was really hard.
Okay.
But I just want people, because I'm writing now, I want people to know that no matter what you go through, there's a light at the end of that tunnel.
That's right.
With that person up above, you can make any dark day turn to the light for real.
Yes. Woo. I'm trying to see what to read from my sister's book.
So let me lighten it up a little bit, and I'll read another piece while you look for a piece.
Okay.
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 What is poetry? When the pandemic set in, I needed something to do. Being locked in my home, fed up, lonely, and feeling blue, I got out of bed, grabbed a book and a pen, and listened to the thoughts from deep within. I stood on this particular I I stood out on this particular day and time. What is poetry? And does it have to rhyme? You see,
Mm.
I'm keen on writing matters that I've never written before. And the more words I put on paper, and in my effort to make it neat, each and every line seems to have a rhythmic beat. And
Mhm,
those
mhm.
expressive words that are term and the terms that are key, I put them on paper to express the character of me. All the lines and verses that I've written so perfectly look and sound like what poetry is to me. Poetry is the art sculpted on tapestry, the wall hangings on the life of fabric, powerful
That's right.
as can be. Sometimes those illustrations are written so magically, every stroke and every line is impressive for us to see. Poetry is a song that the artist has chosen with a funky beat, uttering words that are prevailing in terms that may be bittersweet, background ricochet in rock and roll, or echoing rhythm and blues, or perhaps it's the raw and the rhyme and the rumble of hip hop too. Each one with the soulful expression of what that artist might be going through.
Mm.
Poetry. Poetry is the movement, demonstration of dance. With each shift and transfer, each shuffle, you can see a graceful prance. Each repositioned movement, every turn and graceful sway is the relocation of poetry being performed, carried out, and displayed.
Mm.
Poetry, poetry is the heartbeat, it's the core of life. It's spiritual, it's mystical, and it's magical to me. Each of us telling a story, an account, a chronicle in time. All anyone has to do is understand and recognize what poetry
Poetry
is.
is.
That's right.
Bravo. Bravo.
Right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
come
Oh
on.
my goodness. Yes. Beautiful. So see, as I asked the question to set up a piece of brokenness and emotional downtrodden, you were in the Lodabar place. If you know about the scripture in the Bible about
Wow.
living in Lodabar, that's a low place. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to go to Lodabar.
No,
No.
no.
And God brought you from the valley and placed you on the mountain through your perseverance and then also the creativity coming out of you. So I guess to answer for my answer, no, you are not in that place at all from those
No,
pieces that you
not
wrote.
at all.
So we're going
Not
to get into some transitional pieces in a minute.
Right.
It's always good to have a measure. It's always good to have a measuring stick, right? We keep
Right.
the barometer to see,
Yeah.
you know, like when I write in my journal and then the journal gets full and then I put it away and then
Mhm.
next year I'll go pick it up.
That's
And,
right.
and before I open, I'm like, do I really want to read this?
That's right.
Do I really want to see where I was at?
That's right.
Right.
Do I
But
really want to
sometimes going
go?
back to that place,
Yeah.
That dark
make
place.
that
Because
dark place.
twofold. It's twofold. It reminds you, it makes you go like, whoa.
Oh,
But then it makes you be like, yes, victory is mine. You know, victory. So,
yes.
That's
you know,
right.
and
That's
that
right.
measuring stick gives you, that's why I tell people it doesn't have to be giant steps. If you just put your foot, like just a
bit.
little step, it'll break
Yep.
through. It's the breakthrough that we need in life when the enemy has us in a corner. It's the breakthrough where we could open our mouths and praise him when we were closing our mouth for the
Yes.
month.
Yes.
It's the
Right.
breakthrough that gives us the ability to
That's
get to
right.
that place
That's
called
right.
there, right?
That's
So,
right.
in saying that, let's go to one of Linda's
Linda's.
pieces.
Yes.
And because
Come on.
she's not here physically, we have to put her face on the
Yes.
screen, my dear sister. This one is called okay. This is one she named God Has Blown My Mind.
Wow.
Come
It
on.
says, God has blown my mind. He has set me free right on time. When I thought I would lose it, he was right there for me to grasp it. His unfailing love he displayed. That's why I'm free today. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I already knew Jesus died for this disaster. God did it. I'm ready, healed, and I'm already healed, I told the doctor. But he didn't believe. He looked at me in amaze at this statement. I took my faith in God's word and walked right out of his office. So I stand here today with a grateful heart. Yes, I had 3 chemos, I must say. God said that was enough. 5 transfusions were on its way. But Jesus knew which blood he wanted to stay in my body so I could live. Jesus' blood, I told them, and she did. He's my healer from within. So I stand here today with a grateful heart because I believed what he did from the start to heal our bodies and broken hearts. It will manifest if you believe and trust. Believe and trust in him so he can blow your mind like he did mine. I know your minds are blown away because I'm standing here today. I tell you the truth, he'll do it for you. Just trust and believe that Jesus died for you. Well, we know that she's no longer with us.
But she left something with
And
us.
so with this conversations from my heart and when Linda wrote this book and wrote that particular piece, she's right. She told the doctors, I need Jesus blood. And they looked at her like she was crazy. The time she was supposed to leave here from this intrusion of her body, this cancer that came out of nowhere, she was not supposed to be here as long as she was here. When she wanted to go the organic way and, not take all this medicine, they wanted her to do 6 treatments. She wanted to do 3. She said, I'll give you 3. Jesus got the other 3. So she began to live. She began to get her health. She was good. But then COVID showed up. So she was still in the game of fighting cancer when COVID knocked on her door, which didn't allow her to have the strength to fight both. And so that's how she left here, you know. So we don't know if COVID hadn't showed up, what the end of this story might have been. But she wrote this, and if I know my sister, she would want anyone who's dealing with cancer or anyone who's dealing with any type of deadly illness or whatever to keep pushing and to allow the Lord to speak to you. Allow the Lord, knowing that the Lord is Jehovah Rapha, the healer. I remember her birthday party. She told everybody, I want a celebration of life this year. This was 2020, I think. COVID was just about to turn the corner. And that, I mean, when I tell you everybody that we could imagine showed up, everyone we could imagine from near and far showed up for this celebration. She said, I want everybody to celebrate life. That's what I want. No more arguing, no more this, no more that. Just celebrate life.
That's right.
And so it was an incredible birthday. And so I felt, how could I not read from her book?
That's right.
That's right.
Today. How could I not pick up her pieces?
Right.
She's a poet like you two beautiful ladies. And so we etched in Linda Ingram inside of this wonderful moment of words today. So let's move on. Let's talk about after coming out of dark moments, right? How did your pieces begin to smile and leap and laugh and jump? Let's get to some of the leaping and jumping of the pieces. I mean, and Mary, I must say this to you. You have a spirit of Maya Angelou in your writings. You have a rooted deepness in your writings. I don't know if anyone's ever said that to you, but there's a deepness. Somebody's trying to FaceTime me. I can't do that. Let me just tell my child, I'm on live. It's okay. There's a, Deborah, don't you hear it on her?
Yeah.
That Maya Angelou heaviness, the not just the way she even writes, but in her deliverance and in the power of her words. How she the formation of them. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, really.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay.
I am so serious.
Yeah.
I am so serious.
I'm listening.
It's like she's gone. God will always send a duplicate, right? Another voice, another spirit
that speaks
with the people that, it's like trailblazing, like, okay, pass the baton, like Viola is talking about in her life story right now. Pass the baton to that next one. And it seems like, Angela, I know there are many poets out there, whatever, but I'm telling you what I feel in your pieces and the way you deliver them and how they're orchestrated on paper. So you need to kind of sit in that. Yeah.
Yes,
okay. Let's move. We're taking a ride. We're on a cruise ship right now. We're in the water. We're just chilling. We're on the boat, just having a pina colada, and we just cruise.
Pina colada.
It can be virgin. It could be whatever you want it to be. We cruising. All right, no judgment here. We're cruising. So let's move to a lighter moment where God now, those pieces that y'all read were so heavy, everybody tears in their eyes, Facebook putting hearts and thumbs up and everything. Let's get to a place where now you're gliding and we're on the ocean and read something more.
I need to find my light stuff.
You're fine. Well, it doesn't have to be totally light, but it can be another experience because that's what this is about, your experience. I mean, I know you've had, that's why I'm saying your deepness, even though your pieces are heavy, at the end, they're bright. You don't leave the person heavy.
Oh
You
no.
leave the person bright. We take the journey with you, and it feels good to get on that journey with you. It's like I was right there with you. Like as a kid, I was right as a little girl. I was right there. I have my story too,
Story too. Yeah.
right? So you always leave it. It's good. It's all good. Okay, let's get into another piece before we tie it up.
Okay, so I'll read a piece while Mary is looking for something.
Okay.
This is Women Write. They write stories that are fictional and others that tell truth. They might write about me or they might write about you. Poetry, prose, verses that rhyme, they write more and more during these difficult times. I write to bring clarity because it helps me release those wounds of guilt, hurt, and anxiety. The sting of knowing that something is erroneous and only God can evict my disease. I write, I inscribe, engrave words on paper to assist me with the healing process. It's therapy for me. I write about motherhood and the family. And as a wife, I write about the man I married, the children I birthed, fostered, and mentored. I write about the death of my parents because I believe that there is life after death. I hope that my parents find each other and rekindle their love. I write with an expression of love, love for all seasons, for love, true love, should never die. I write about myself with hopes that my dreams, my craziness, my sanity, and who am I? That's what I ask myself sometimes. I write as an emerging writer because writing was something I never thought I would do. I write as a poet with expressions of encouragement to support what you might be going through.
That's right.
I write
That's right.
stories short, fictional, and true. I write verses that are sometimes uncouth, but clearly I write lyrics to help someone heal, to restore, make well, and hopefully rebuild. Poetically speaking, this is reinforcement for you to support, sustain, and strengthen you. That's why I write.
That's why you write. Or writer. And with an attitude, you say it. Deb, get back in the frame. Get back in the frame. You must be on
By the way,
I can't remember which way to go.
where your right there.
Okay, I gotta be still.
Yes. That was really nice.
That's
really,
the dancer
really nice.
in me.
That was so nice. That is the dancer in you. Yes, absolutely. Oh wow, this is so good. That's good. That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Miss Mary. And you don't have to again, you're being you. Everyone's different in their writings.
That's
so
right.
I want to hear your passion, your pain, your victory. I want to hear whatever you choose to write about.
I honestly, I'm sitting here. I have 3 different pieces, and I'm like, I don't know which one would be best.
Well, just whichever. What's the titles?
One is I Am Me. The other is The Lineage of Stupid. And then
maybe that is the one.
I know, right? What's the last one?
And the other one is entitled Black Dots.
No, we're gonna do The Lineage of Stupid.
That's a
my
good
goodness.
title.
That's a good one. Let's go, Mary.
I don't even know how this one came about, but roots that had their soil. Let me start over. Roots that had their very beginning deep in the fertile recesses of your mind didn't start that way. They started in the shallows of a place far from anything that speaks of soil, seeking and searching to take hold of the bold ideas and thoughts of a new day. Roots that have no roots because they have no substance in which to toil. Their ancestor freedom came over from faraway lands to commingle with the indigenous families of truth and trust. In an effort to create common sense, the scent of which escaped their hands, the roots departed again and traveled the world seeking soil in which to thrust.
Whoa.
In their failure to accept created being of responsibility, they turned towards someone else to blame, and I want it now, while yet still refusing to shake the hand of culpability. They screamed out, I know my rights and I will not be put down. Searching in vain and always thinking I'm a victim, refusing to acknowledge that life isn't always fair. They looked beyond reason at the dictatum, not really seeing what it said, and they truly don't care. Captured by indiscretion and unreasoning, the misappropriation of which leads to the continued search for every season until they put to death their very own deeds. All of which has come to the accumulation of the ultimate conclusion of humanity, much to the chagrin of this great nation, of the birth of stupidity.
Good job.
All right. Okay.
Oh, the birth of stupidity. I
You got
love it.
that. Oh my goodness. You got that. Mhm.
Did you write that around the time of 45?
Yes, about that. Excuse me.
I'm just asking.
Oh wow. Wait, I want to hear about what is the black dot too?
Oh, yeah, black dots.
Let's hear the black dots real quick.
That's short.
Okay.
Okay.
Black dots here, black dots there, black dots everywhere. Some people would rather not have any. If you see a black dot, don't despise it. Look upon it with beauty. Black dots on my hands, black dots on my feet, black dots everywhere my eyes meet. I was told that these black dots defined who I am, but I tell you, I have become what they are, a black dot. A black dot in society, a black dot in the family, and a black dot in the religion. I will not accept what society has said about my face, my hips, my breasts, my race. I will not accept what family has said about my mind, my mother, my attitude, my father. I will not accept what religion has said about my upbringing, my gender, my neighborhood. I will be that black dot on the hands of society. I will be that black dot on the feet of family. I will be that black dot in the eye of religion. When you look upon me with beauty and grace, because just like my own black dots, I too refuse to go away.
Oh,
God,
nice.
that's
I
so
love
awesome.
that.
And that came out of, I have so many moles all
I was
over.
thinking that,
My
but
hands, my feet, my face, I have them all over. And people used to say, oh, those are ugly.
Oh, really?
I got you one.
Deb,
Black
slide
dot.
back. Thank you. Stay right there.
Black
Wow.
Yep.
That I like. I like black.
So Deb,
dot.
did you feel okay? So being we talking about black, I don't want to get into. Oh my God, you're taking me a whole nother way now. So the black dot. I was having a conversation yesterday about light skin, dark skin,
Mm-hmm.
and I was explaining to this person that I grew up in a home where we didn't notice color. We didn't notice light skin, dark skin, high yellow, red bone. We didn't understand. We don't. I mean, it wasn't until I got much older and started hearing bits and pieces from girls or started feeling from darker skinned girls that I thought I was better.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it.
And so I didn't know what to do with that, right? Because it wasn't a part of my character, my makeup, or my upbringing.
Right.
Although I understood what is said around our race, and I know the
Mm-hmm.
Jim Crow, and I know all of those
Mm-hmm.
things, how they pit women against each
Against each
other,
other. That's
right?
right.
But I never experienced it until I actually moved to North Carolina.
Mm.
And I went there helping families, opened up a few businesses, and I started feeling these feelings and hearing people say certain things about, oh, you, how you get those curls in your hair? Um, Water, conditioner. Oh, you don't put no perm in your hair? Remember, with an attitude.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, but I'm looking like, okay, did I miss something? Like, what is going
Right.
on here? Like, right? So I had to talk to some of the girls that work for me and had the conversation. They said, oh, Miss Sheila, it's because you're light skinned. I was like,
Huh?
oh. They said, because, you
Yeah.
know, light skinned girls always think they're better. And we darker girls go through some terrible things. So now I'm being enlightened and educated because what they've experienced, such as you was
Mm-hmm.
just talking about,
Yep.
I never experienced. I understand about, I probably would have been inside the master's house because of my color,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Mm-hmm.
probably would have been in the field.
Oh, I would have been in the field.
Right. So and I'm saying, so this mentality, and
Yeah.
so when you was reading that piece again, I heard your experience come out
Yeah.
on every level, not just the color, but then
But
what's on your skin. And then,
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
And then as you're reading it, I saw Mama D flashbacking in her head about an experience. I don't know what it was, but I saw an
yeah,
emotion come out of her while you were reading. I was looking at her face.
school. Because we
Mhm.
went to two different public schools. You went to 184, right?
Yeah.
And I went to PS 170.
Yeah.
So being dark skinned, I had hair, what they say is nappy, but my hair was
Mm-hmm.
natural. My
Okay.
mom used to braid it up, you know. And
Yeah.
the light skin, oh, you black. I
Yep.
said, no, I'm not. I'm brown, maybe dark brown, but I ain't
Wait,
black.
did you put the paper bag to your skin? They used to, I mean, when I found out that, well, we know history, they put the paper bag to
That's
it,
right.
right?
That's right.
If you were one
Yeah,
shade darker than that paper bag, you
You
yeah,
in
couldn't
I
come
was
trouble.
in.
black.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
you went through,
I went through that.
and I talked to my kids. I didn't even know, like having. They's like, well, mom. I said, well, I'm not light. That give me a break. They tease me all the time with this. You know, it's a joke.
Yeah.
And I know my oldest daughter says she went through some of this.
Mm-hmm.
Pache is light, so I don't think she
Right.
went
Mm-hmm.
through this. She
Ain't
might have
gonna
went through
do
the
it.
other realm of it, being
Right.
too almost white
Right. Yep.
in D. So that piece is so powerful.
Powerful, very powerful.
That piece is, once again, I hear Maya. I just hear her. I just hear it, the deepness of it, because you know where she comes from, the rurals of South,
Mm-hmm.
and we know her story
Mm-hmm.
and how she came up out of that and became the most prolific
Yeah.
poet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. Black dots.
Black dots.
love it. Love it.
Deb, you want to read one
You,
more?
you know I'm going to find something to follow up with that, right?
You
My
want
brain is going. Oh, Lord.
you want to read? You want to read something? You want me to read one of Linda's?
Read one of Linda's, please.
All right. Let's read one of my sisters. Those of you who just tuned in, this is a tribute to my sister Linda Ingram and her poetry, reading from Conversations from My Heart by Linda Ingram, and these wonderful, beautiful women who are poets who came on the platform. We're having a light moment on this Sunday afternoon. If you just came into the chat or into the room, please hit that like button. Please give me a thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds. And also, if you're new to the channel, just subscribe to the channel. I'll greatly appreciate it. I have a couple of comments here. Let's see. Inay, our Inay, the Bravette, she is here. Ine says, bravo. Hi, Ine. Bless you. So glad to see you. So glad to see you. And we have her saying hello to both of you.
Hi.
Thank you, Ine, for being here. So with today, I was saying how this is a light moment because we've been talking about so many deep, deep
Yeah.
topics, during the week. And, I'm in love with words and in love with the arts. And so are you, ladies. And your work is so beautiful. And I think you need to get one more piece ready, Mary, before we leave. Because it's so rich. And I know Deborah's is just as powerful. She's digging now. And so as we tribute, let's see what I'll read from my sister's book. I don't want to read that one. Let's see. Mindset. Let's read. Let's read. I'm going to read something my sister wrote called Mindset. Here we go, Linda. We got you.
We got you, Miss Linda.
Curse creates a mindset of anger, poverty, deception, oppression, and depression. A spiritual force that will sabotage our direction. Hold on to your future and your success. A breakthrough is coming your way. Don't stress. Don't allow repetition, signs of a curse to keep you limited. Continue to put your mind to sleep. Bad attitudes, behaviors, sickness. In the bloodline is the worst, you see. Think positive. Be free. Think about the bloodline of the Trinity, healing and prosperity, forgiveness, to name a few. Think on those things. They will bring you through. Free your mind of debris. Hold fast to the confession of faith without wavering. Mindset, stay free. All right, for my sis, we got you. Finger snap for Linda in heaven. We got you, sis. Yes, conversations from my heart.
Ashe.
Yes. All right, sis.
Yes.
Okay.
You have something, Deb?
No. I mean, I have something, but
What you gonna go with? Don't let it be difficult. Just go for it.
okay, I'll just
grab something. Don't think about
okay.
it.
Okay.
Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself.
Okay.
Just
I'm
flow.
gonna read this.
Just flow. And stay still because you keep coming out off the camera. No,
Okay.
yeah, stay right there.
Okay. My roots are embedded deep. I'm
That's the
deeply
name?
Yeah. Who am I?
All right, take your time because you all rattled. Bring it down.
My roots are embedded deep. I am deeply rooted from my ancestors of Africa to my Black Native Americans of the Dakotas. Names that I trace stem from the plantation owners that I from the sorry. Names I trace stem from the plantation owners and not from where I came. My soul searches for who am I? A relative of Africa, kinfolk from the Dakota, a thin combination, born in America, raised in the village of Harlem, where families believe that it takes a village to raise a child. As I search for my authentic self, I stare in the mirror, on the wall, and who do I see? Who do I resemble? Who do I see? A
Mm,
barehead sister looks back at me.
mm,
I see my head shaven, dark skin and teary eyes, but I know there's something deeper as I look deeper into her eyes to figure out who am I. So for a minute, I stepped back and turned away, letting the first cry out of the day. With short, bated breaths and deep moans and groans, I say to myself, I am somebody who needs to be known. I know it takes courage, bravery, and guts to excavate this feeling that is all buried up. So
mm.
I turn back to the mirror on the
Yes.
wall and ask, who am I it took countless days and nights as I tussled with shame, embarrassed, locked up deep in embarrassment, locked up deep inside, humility and discomfort bringing tears throughout the night. I had to assemble audacity, build bravery, and collect courage deep inside. It took so many years to discover who am I.
Mm.
I am woman, an
Yes.
African American delight.
Yes.
I'm brazen, bold, and bareheaded with the hue dark as night, a blessing from the Creator filled with kindness, decorum, and love, and ability to share, support, and sustain everything that a woman is worthy of. I am me.
Yes.
Right.
Bravo. Yes. See, that was the one. You searching. That was the one. Wow. See, I tell you, words are so powerful, right? And there's so
Yes.
many things that we can do with pain, right? There's so many things that we can do with pain if we just look in out deeper. If you pick up a pen, Mary, no one would ever believe that you weren't like that wasn't a profession. You're writing. You as well, Deb. And the way the Lord used Mama D to get you into that tea room
Yeah.
to talk about poetry and then to come, the way Patrice got you into the tea room with all of these
Right.
people, and that tea room was state of the art. It was very elegant, and you come in there, and that's intimidating already. The type of people, you don't, and the fact how God used you to trigger her gift. Her gift is powerful. Your gift is powerful, but it all comes through. That's why I say it's so many things that you can do
That's
with
right.
pain. There's so many avenues for us to be free, to free ourselves. But a lot of times the enemy will be like, you're not a poet, you're not a writer, you're not this,
Right.
that. You don't, your words, you didn't finish school, you don't know. And sometimes all you have to do is pick the pen up,
And start.
pick it up and start.
Start.
Touch an instrument and you'll see, whoa, I'm playing. Because the Lord himself
That's right.
will supply what you need to do it, right? His grace is sufficient. And so all of these things that we're talking about, what led you to write these pieces, what led my sister before she left here to write these conversations,
Right.
from my heart, is powerful, right?
Yeah.
My writings of my songs or whatever, it was liberty. It's liberty when I write music. I wrote 3 new songs. I was crying and saying, God, thank you, because I get them by the Holy Ghost.
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
Some
Yes.
writers can just sit and just write.
Yes.
Right. Most of my writings happen right after prayer, early in the morning, or late at night when I'm in the bed. I'll hear it.
Yep.
It's the connection.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
that's how, I mean, I don't know how many songs I've written, that's why I made a compilation album and put it out there on the digital outlets, because, some of the songs are you can hear what I've gone through, and some of it is you just like poetry. It is only just
Yes,
music.
it
put behind
exactly
it.
is only to music. It's
And when you look
poetry.
at when you look at the
That's
book of
it.
Psalms in the Bible,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
The
it.
songs, the Psalms, right? And yeah, it's so words are so powerful. So Mary, I want you to read one more. Then we're gonna I'll see if I have one for my sister, and then we'll end with our wonderful day.
Okay. I'm going to change it because
I don't want you to change. I want you to stay right where God has you. Don't get in his way. Don't get in his way.
yeah. Okay. This is entitled "The Inside Out of Real."
Okay.
Okay.
This is the beginning of the Inside Out of Real, a tour that will take you beyond the artificial deal. In order to gain revelation knowledge of me, you must stop and wait upon this Exodus journey. You can't begin to comprehend the ultimate plan until you have sat at the feet of the Master's hand.
Mm.
Acts you have endeavored to undertake have all been put through my final state. Your lamentations being heard have been reduced to nothing but curd. You play at attempting to access the Romans road, yet suffer not the children as you have been told. You think kings and judges have become obsolete, all because you failed to wash your hands and feet.
Mm.
Forgiveness you have thus far to seek, all the while pretending to be meek. Jehovah Nisi, you holler, as you snatch that almighty dollar. Banner, I am not, yet that is what you parade. Feel my heart before it becomes enraged at the injustices I witness from among the greedy. Your job it was and is to provide for the needy. Ruth followed out of love. Esther did too. What makes you think you won't have to? I will not force myself on you or make you love me. My son said and did it when he died for thee. Hosanna is a biography of the geography of my love, my longing for you, yet your continued denial from above. I forgive you for turning your back on me, but look, all that I want from you I had written in my book. Jehovah Sidkenu has always been on the scene, waiting and watching to see who could be redeemed, walking and talking righteousness, not to be confused with the misguided understanding of who is being used. Turn not your hearts from me. I only desire to reason with you. Together we can rebuild your temple. Ezra did, and we can too. Rebuild what man had destroyed through their ignorance. With grace and elegance, you shall walk again in due diligence. This is a Joshua generation I am raising, who shall walk under the Jeremiah anointing, operating through the Timothy strategy, all while working through Hebrews tragedy.
Oh my
This is the beginning of the inside out of real, a tour that will take you beyond the artificial deal.
Okay.
I can't with you, Mary. I can't with you. Bravo. Bravo to both of you. And I just realized I miss God because Dawn Brathwaite should have been on this platform. She's an incredible writer as well. So I'm gonna have to bring her, bring Dawn up,
Yes, ma'am.
and we're gonna do something again. Her poetry is incredible. You know, she was on the platform. I don't know if you guys were on the Church Hurt. Did you come on to that?
No, I missed it.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna do an part. We're gonna do another one because it's a series, but it was
Okay.
powerful. And she is a minister, and Dawn Breathwaite. I mean, she's just an incredible woman of God, and God has blessed her with a lot of talent. But she's an incredible poet. I
That
don't know
name
how.
sounds
I think I
familiar.
mentioned it to her. I just didn't follow up, and I see she's on Facebook. That's why I'm speaking about it right now. That piece, you challenge. It's it's funny how the Lord uses you to challenge the body of Christ.
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
So
you
godly.
nice nasty, like you not nasty in the
But
sense of nasty, but I'm serious.
yeah,
Like you challenge the church, you challenge people,
yeah,
humanity, you challenge in your writings, but it's eloquently written and
Written.
beautiful, right? It's no feeling of offense.
yeah,
It's beauty. It causes you check yourself,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
It also speaks to the broken within that. So I mean,
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. The way that the Lord uses you in your writing brings healing. And Mama D, you were fumbling over there for that last piece. That was it.
That was the
That,
piece
that
that
was it.
needed to be
Yeah,
read.
yeah, it was.
That was it. I mean, we've
Thank
had a
you so
wonderful
much,
time.
Sheila.
This was
Thank
so
you.
much fun. We have to do this we have to have our flowing Sundays. We have to keep this in the
Yeah,
mix, right?
Okay, that's where.
Let's just keep this in the mix and have light moments,
yeah,
with the beauty of God's words and the beauty that He brings out of you, right? And how we can get people free just through poetry because the identifying of what someone's going through is
yeah.
right in the middle of the
Yes.
reading, the piece,
Yes.
right? So let's put Linda up and let's use this. Let's close with my dear sister's poetry. And I think I'm going to read from her book, Prayer is Consistent.
Okay.
Complaining spirit God doesn't hear. He wants us to pray fervently within. Cry from our hearts, unseen tears. He hears us. He wants us to win. Stains in our hearts and minds. Let's pray together and be free. The battle was won on Calvary. So stand up and let's walk in victory.
That's right.
Pray without ceasing all during the day. He wants consistency from us today. So please, please, let's pray without complaining. Give all the glory to thee.
Amen.
Amen.
That was nice, sis. Bravo
Amen.
to you, sis. Bravo to you, sis. Continue to sleep easy, my sister, my only
Yes.
sister. Sleep easy. Yeah. Today was so good. You
It
know,
was good.
Stuff.
this was a wonderful time. Facebook, thank you so much. Sandra Ford, I see you. Doreen Lucky, I see you. Thank you so much. Lillian Murphy, I see you. Bless. Oh my God. Love you guys. Dawn, I got you. I'm going to get you up here. And yeah, I don't see all the other. If I did not call your name, it's because I can't see everyone's name, and I'm so sorry. But know that I love you. Thanks for the hearts and the thumbs up. And Ine is saying bravo, bravo. She is such a supporter. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I'm gonna
Oh,
put
happy
Yeah.
birthday. I can't
happy
sing.
birthday to you. Happy birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Oh, let God just bless you. It's Ine's birthday weekend.
Happy birthday.
Birthday.
Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Have a piece entitled Sign Me Up for the Christian Jubilee. Do you want to end with that, Mary? That's what you're trying to say. Go ahead and read it, Mary.
Because it's light.
Go ahead
At
and
least
read
I
it,
think it's
Mary.
light.
We're going to end on yours.
I think
Go
it's
ahead.
light.
Go ahead, Mary. And then we'll close the program. Go ahead. Do your thing.
I could save it for the next time.
No, you could do it now.
What is the thought behind signing me up for the Christian Jubilee? What does that mean for you and for me? What is this thing called the Christian Jubilee? Jubilee, a year of remission of sins and universal pardon. How hard could that have been? It was a time during which slaves and prisoners would be freed. But I ask you, have you accepted your freedom and walked in your release? Or are you still bound by the thoughts and actions that allowed your captivity? Are you free of the debts of body, mind, soul, and spirit? Or are you still burdened down and you just can't hear it? You say you have been changed since the Lord has lifted you. Where did he lift you from? If you have always been on top. Oh, my bad. You didn't know that you could never be stopped? Once the growth of God has begun, he will continue to grow you.
Listen.
Could have did it next time.
You could do it again
Could
next
do it
time. But I
again.
like it. It's a wonderful ending. It was wonderful.
Yes.
We don't know who we are. We don't know who we are.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't get me
Yeah.
started.
No, yeah. You know,
Because
that's why I said we need to have these light moments on Sunday
Yeah.
often. You know,
Yes.
during the week is heavy.
Lift our
Right.
spirits.
Yeah, to lift our spirits, clear other people's hearts and spirit, you know, and let them know. Even through poetry, you can get a breakthrough, right?
Right.
Right in the middle of a piece, you'll be like, "Oh my God, that'll hit you."
Yes.
You'll begin to
Yes.
weep because it's hitting you. It's bringing healing.
Yes,
It's bringing healing. And so
Yes.
it's been really nice. It's been really, really awesome. Those of you, I've been told that I need to put my Cash App up. You know, I'm one that don't, but like, come on, Sheila. Like, how much are you giving and doing on the platforms? You need to ask people to sow into you because there's certain things I need for my channel, right? There's certain different things. I'm having a problem with the mic. It's just certain things and certain things that I want to upgrade. I need a new camera. So, I was like, they said you need to do it. You never know who will sow or who will give, to your ministry. And so one of my friends beat me up all the time. And so I'll be able to, when she sees this, she'll be like, "Oh, you did it." Well, yeah, I did it. So
Miss
those of
Sheila?
you out there that would love to sow, you can send it through Cash App, $ Sheila Patricia, or you can do PayPal. I am Sheila Ingram. So, and we love you. We hope to.
Wait. Excuse me.
Yes,
Excuse
ma'am.
me.
Yes.
I hear you and I understand you, but those of us who are here with you, please slowly repeat those handles
Oh.
so that we can write them down. Because you know why? You, Miss Sheila Ingram, minister, pastor, I respect you and I honor you in all of those titles, but you cannot block God's blessing for
Yes.
someone else because you don't want to ask.
I know. I've
So
struggled with that throughout my ministry. So that's one of the things I have to, I've struggled with that. And I even like when we're in these big church services back, when I've been in the churches and I'm preaching or I'm at a church or something, and the host pastor will say, well, can you take up the offering for us? I'll be like, what? I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Because some people are called to take those offerings, right? And I don't like taking money from people when I know it's not for the right cause, or just don't let me get on that train about
leave that alone.
Church money and stuff. But I'm just saying my personal experience, right? As far as myself, I've known that from wherever I go. People like, Pastor, you can't block, your blessing. You can't stop me from being blessed because you won't. It's not that when you're a giver, sometimes we just don't know how to receive, right? We're so the one that gives. But
I have a piece for that.
I've learned.
We'll address that. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, Mama D, and we're just gonna have this private conversation on Facebook Live and every place else live, and we're gonna act like Miss Minister Sheila is not there. Mama D.
Yes.
When I send it to you, please make sure she gets it. I'm just gonna do it like that.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, Lord.
That's Mary.
Help me right now, Lord. I need you. Oh man, this has been so fun. This is
fun. I look forward to doing this again.
Thank you.
So
we're gonna get a calendar. I'll send out some dates. I know today you were in class or something, so we'll do it on the hour that you're not in class, right? And you probably thought it was going to be 7:00 because that's when we go on normally. This was 5. I thought it would be a nice thing to do early, so I can free up your Sunday, right?
I have to complete 300 hours, and I'm trying to do it before July.
Okay, do your thing.
So
when I send the dates, just say yay or nay.
Yes,
we'll work around it.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
We'll work around it. So don't move. Let me sign off with the wonderful, beautiful people. Where is Anae? I love this girl. I love her. There she is. Anae, I love you so much. Those of you that are watching, those that I can't see, thank you for your comments. Thank you for being here with us one more time on this beautiful Sunday. And we'll see you soon. I will be on Tuesday. Relationship Tuesday will be on, and I can't remember what's after that, but you'll see the thumbnail. You'll see the thumbnail, and you can pop on with us and hang out with us. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Love, okay, and yes, I do love you, sweetie. And so, ciao, and don't move, guys. Just don't move. Let's see what kind of outro I want to play right now. What kind of outro? What you want to do? You want to raise the bar? Oh, let's raise the bar.